Are you suffering from a toxic relationship? Is the toxicity wearing you down and keeping you from going after your passion and purpose in life? Welcome to Fearless Heart. Get your power back. Learn to let go and let God. Thank you for joining Fearless Heart Podcast. And now, here's your host, actress, author, entrepreneur, Nadia Sahari.
Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me today here on the Fearless Heart Show with Nadia Sahari. I am so excited because I have a wonderful, wonderful guest today. He's a friend. He is a therapist. He is talented. And I want to introduce you to Zach Braz, who is a Master's of Arts clinical mental health therapist. And what we are going to talk about today is music therapy for kids. And he has a special technique that is incredible. So we are going to start the show, and let me introduce Zach Braz. Welcome to the Nadia Sahari Show.
Oh, thank you so much, Nadia. That if you could see me right now, you'd see that I'm blushing.
I
But
know you are. You're amazing.
yeah, and it was so great to run into you today. And you look fabulous as always and have such good ideas. And thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome. I'm excited.
Me
Let's
too.
talk about your talent, which is therapy. And you have a special kind of technique for music therapy for children. So let's talk about that. What was it that started this exclusive kind of therapy?
Well, let me give you a very, very brief background. Played
Yes.
piano since I was 7, like hour a day, no exceptions. Very strict teachers. And then when I was 18, I said, screw this. I dropped out of college and toured in a rock band for the next 10 years. So that became my life, getting to know the younger kids. And there was a lot of good things, a lot of bad things. Anyway, so I wanted to give back. The next kind of logical move was therapy. And obviously, I wanted to combine the two of them because music is my heart and soul, my passion. And I was really interested in this new emerging field called play therapy or music therapy and art therapy. And when I found out what music therapy is, I was a little bit struck off. It wasn't what I expected it to be and not what I think it could be.
Uh-huh.
So, what traditional music therapy is, or where it is right now, is someone will give you an idea of how they want a song to sound, or a song that sounds like they feel, or a song that makes them feel a certain way. And you may see kids running around and banging on drums and stuff, but the issue is if you have someone who's not a trained musician, they can't experience actually playing the music as part of the therapy,
Yes.
which anyone who's, listened to music and played music, the experience, anything you experience is completely different than observing. So
Absolutely.
that's where I kind of wanted to push it. And I teach privately and tried with some of my students and found out that once these students weren't worried about being assessed or, what I was thinking of them, or if they were doing things right or wrong, they were able to start improvising while I was playing under them in the key of C. And all 3 students, I have this on video, it happened in exactly a minute, 30 seconds, roughly. So it was pretty incredible. And they all described the same thing too, is mindfulness, basically, which is not what I expected.
Wow.
So yeah, it led me to keep working on that. And I could tell you about that, what I have planned to offer in the future.
Well, do you want to reveal your secret?
Yeah, no, what I want to do is help people. And
Yes.
it's a really hard time for a lot of people right now.
Yes.
There's a lot of there's just I feel like there's a lot of emotion and a lot of angst that people don't know where to put because they don't know who to trust. For the first, like, things are we're not getting information that we all not even agree on, but that we can be sure that we trust anymore. And it's a really scary feeling, I think.
Yes.
So, how do we get that out? So, therapy, it's been a big industry. It's a lot more people are accepting of it, and that's great. It's wonderful. I think it's awesome. And but as far as music therapy, and as far as, let's just say kids or teenagers or young adults, could be anybody really, but someone who doesn't have musical background experience. What I could do is in one session, take this child, get them to not only listen or try to hear what they're feeling, but to play it and play it on top of me, almost like a heart and soul duet. Does that make sense?
Ooh.
So I'm playing these chords underneath, and it's in a key where you really can't mess up. Because it's just all white keys. And they start playing around, and it takes them about a minute or two to start realizing the intervals, which is a new way of teaching piano. Now, this is just how I do it on piano. And then, so not only that, so they can start feeling the change from major to minor, and
Uh-huh.
the relative major from C major is A minor for
Uh-huh.
you music fans out there. So I can go back and forth in 5 minutes and let them just play around, noodle. And then we add recording technology into this. After I was done touring, I started a recording studio with a couple friends. So that's something I'm very good at and comfortable with. So
Mhm.
what we could also do in the very first session is not only get this client or child to improvise on top of me playing on the piano like a duet, but we could record it. And then with recording technology the way it is today, I'm sure anyone who has GarageBand or anything knows this. You don't need Pro Tools like I used to, quantize things and very quickly. And that child can not only leave with the experience of expressing their emotion through playing without any background, but on that first session could go home with a recorded song or recorded file, recorded CD. And, with that quantized and with that kind of edited very, very quickly, that, they're hitting the right notes and just putting it in time. And they think, wow, I played this. I can
That's
show this to people.
cool. That
And
is great.
yeah, and whether or not they want to continue with music, I feel like that's something, just to be able to get that confidence, just to be able to say, wow, I can do something this quickly. I can express things differently. It can open your mind to any direction you want to go.
It gives the child like confidence in themselves and a great self esteem, self image that children need, especially growing up, because whatever happens as children is what we become as adults and what we feel as adults.
Yes, yeah, I agree with you very much.
Yes, I think that's marvelous. That is great. And do you do this with adults as well or just children?
Absolutely do it with adults. Yeah, of course.
Oh, really? Wow, that's cool.
Sure. I feel like the child is an easier example to explain,
Yes,
maybe
yes,
a little bit more impressive.
yes,
Um,
yes.
that's why I use it. But yeah, no, same thing.
And children listen better.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't have other things in their minds, their little minds are just like fresh all the time, whereas we adults are just cluttered with everything.
That's so true, Nadia. It is constant and it's just becoming more and more.
Yes. And
Um,
during the pandemic, things, of course, got worse. So I would say music therapy for anyone would be amazing right now to get people out of their depression because many, many people have been depressed from the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah, and being able to get your mind off the thing. And that's what I said. But what I didn't expect these kids to say was that they weren't thinking of anything. I thought they were going to say, well, I was thinking of happy things when we were in the major key or sad things when we were in the minor key. They all said, I wasn't thinking at all. And
Wow.
that is mindfulness. And if we, a child, an adult, after all this going on with our cell phones, I was almost going to say our beepers. I'm
Yes.
dating myself.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, you're
but
only 36 years old. You're a baby.
I still remember them. Uh, but yeah, if any of us can just turn off, even if it's just for a few minutes, whether it's through music or through art or through play or through talk or through meditation, or there's a million ways. I'm not just saying that music is the right way, but
Yes, yes.
I try to run the practices that with my clients that way too. It's very open ended. It's like, if you don't want to talk today, let's play chess.
Well, so this, I know that you just got your master's degree in this. Well, I don't know about in this, but in therapy. But, you know, you are amazing. I remember when I first met you at the FedEx store, and uh, and we just like hit it off, and it was nice. You helped me carry some heavy packages and everything, and and you told me your a little bit about yourself and that you were a musician. So you also do that. You're a musician. You're a pianist. You write songs. You play. You play the piano. Let's talk a little bit about that and how that started for you.
Sure, sure. And I'd love to say I saw you there trying to with these heavy boxes, and nobody was going to help you. It was right when the pandemic started. Everyone was like treating each other like zombies. And all I did was help you bring something back out to your car because they wouldn't take it. They were just being difficult. And I was like, man, why are people being so mean? Like, and you were so kind to me. And you gave me a box of masks that lasted me still that I have today. And I didn't want to take it, but you insisted. And yeah, there's just this light about you. I've got to say for your listeners that you really have something special that, I mean, I bet they hear it in your voice, but to see you in person, and it's people are just drawn to you. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. That's sweet. Thank you
So
very much.
back to your question. Yeah, a musician since childhood, not by choice. Playing in front of 5,000 people by the time I was 7, and playing
Wow.
jazz festivals by the time I was 14, representing the state of Connecticut. Uh, and I hated it.
Oh.
But I didn't want to live a normal life. I guess in a way I didn't hate it so much. Maybe I hated the routine and the practice and the piano, but I love the idea of creating always. I was always an artistic person, an abstract thinker. And so I took a couple kids who were in my high school, and one of them approached me. Actually, I was a little bit afraid of him. He was kind of a tough guy in the school, and he said, "You book shows?" I said, "Yeah, I know how to book shows." I said, "Well, let's start a band," and we did. And then it wasn't long. It was less than a year later that he was seriously having his arm on my shoulder saying, I need you to quit college and do this with me.
Wow.
And I was on scholarship. My
Wow.
my family was not happy,
Oh, no.
but wouldn't trade it for the world. Incredible experience. And if I didn't have people that acted as mentors to me, that were just able would just listen,
Yes.
and a teacher can do that. Anyone can play that part in your life, I think, and encourage you and say, we're brought up as kids often to say you can be anything you want. And then like it's upside down. As soon as you become an adult, they say, what are you doing with your life? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you there? And this pressure gets on. And
Yes.
suicide rates have skyrocketed. They've more than doubled in the last 20 years. And it's, I'm to be honest, Nadia, I'm tired of seeing my friends die.
Now, is this before the pandemic or because of it?
Oh, this has been since we started the band. Yeah, I
Oh.
just became more connected with the local community, I guess,
Oh.
with it, and just another face in the crowd would go and go and go. And bittersweet note, the album we got signed off of was the band's called These Green Eyes, by the way, and it's on Spotify and whatever. But the album we got signed off of was written about a suicide that we all felt a lot of guilt about, and someone who was a friend and a fan, and the emotions that people went through. We figured the best thing we could try to do to cope was to help other people make sense of it, because the community was suffering. This wasn't the first, and it was just like all it takes is one spark to turn into a flame, and suddenly
Yes.
the fire spreads out of control.
Yes. Oh, wow. What a story. Well, you are a light. You are shining brightly. You are incredible. I want you to tell people how they can contact you for the music therapy for children or for the adults. And I know you also do therapy for psychological reasons. And you're incredible in that area. So you have a lot of talent and you are educated in it. And so, how can someone reach out to you?
Sure. And thank you for that opportunity, Nadia. You can reach out. The simplest way is probably be phone, 512 is a line I have dedicated just to this. And then by email, you can reach me at Z as in zebra, B as in boy, R, A, Z as in zebra. That's Braz at cacaustin.org.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, your phone lines are going to be loud and clear.
And if that's too hard to remember, Braz on Instagram or Zach Braz on Facebook.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for giving us this information. You are wonderful, and what you're doing is special. And because you are a caring person, and this is something I know that everyone needs and everyone will benefit from, because you are so talented in this area and educated. And I thank you so much for being on my show. You are incredible, and I want to have you back again so we can talk about other things that you do. Thank you so much for joining me today, Zach. I really appreciate it so much.
Sure. And the respect is mutual, Nadia. Thank you. You're full of love and kindness, and that's recognized. And yeah, just thanks again.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to all of that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you and have a great evening.
All right. Thanks. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Fearless Heart. with Nadia and her guests. Be sure to download the Nadia Sahari app at the App Store. For more info, episodes, and connections, go to our website, thenadiasaharishow.com. Share episodes with your family and friends. Follow the show on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Instagram. Are you ready to step out of the darkness and into the light? Are you ready to choose you? Be fearless. You have the power, the passion, and the purpose. Change your mind. Change your life. Fearless Heart.
Latin Connection Magazine is a family magazine featuring people of influence, cultural events, and traditions. Conoce tu vecino y mucho más. We invite you to share your special event with us at LatinConnectionMag.com. Latin Connection Magazine. Conexión Latina y mucho más. Latin Connection Magazine. It's for anyone and everyone to enjoy, no matter who you are.